Hey, welcome back. So for this video, we are going to be working on the part drawing for the introduction to 2D drawings. So our goal is to create our part drawing, insert some views, and then add some dimensions. So this is our end goal. We have our dimensions, our 3-view drawing, and then our isometric view. So let's start off by making a copy here. Already went ahead and did that. Now at this point, we're going to create our drawing. So let's go ahead and click on this plus sign here, create drawing. For step 3, we're making sure it's called NCA inch template, and we have no views. So that's my only option. So I click OK. Now for step 3, we are inserting our part. Notice we want to see the front view and we want a scale of 1 to 2 from our original design. So I click on universal joint flange. I make sure I select a 1 to 2 ratio. And I click here. I want to stay in this view right here, so I'm not getting out of this projected view. So let's move on to the next slide. So in this situation, I want to project my views to the top, the right, and then diagonally for this isometric view. So notice I'm still in this view. And if you get out of this view, just click out. And then if you click back in, you should be able to touch this and go up to put your top view. Click again for your right side view. And now I'm going to click and move diagonally for this other view here. Right, so now we need to change this isometric view and make it a 1 to 4 ratio. So we need to decrease the size of that. So I'm going to double click. And I want to do 1 to 4. So here we go. And the size decreased. Now we need to change the views. All right, so now we need to make the isometric view shaded. So I right click. Oh, let's hit the check mark. I right click and I click make it view shaded. So show shaded view. This is going to update. And there it is. And now for the other views, we need to show the hidden lines and create and change the tangent edge to display a phantom for the 3 views right here. So we can actually click on all 3, right click. Now right here, we're showing hidden lines. Notice our areas where our screws appear. So I click on them one more time. Now we're going to the phantom view. So I go to tangent edges and I click on phantom. We are just renaming our document. So it'll be universal joint flange drawing. I'm not writing all that. So I'm just right clicking here. I rename and I do universal joint flange drawing, UJFD. For step 8, we're adding center marks to these items here. So to this portion here and to this circle here. And then we're also adding center lines. So let's go ahead and do this. So I'll start off with the center lines actually. So the center lines, we use this feature here. You might have to access this with your drop-down menu. So I click here and this column. And notice a third line appears in between my selection. And there it is. Whoops, I messed up. Control Z. Not. So now let me unclick this. I'll select that, hit delete, and let's try one more time. We can zoom in. There we go. And zoom out. Now I'm going to do my center marks. So I place it in the center. So I click on my ring. And this one's already here. And we're also asked to put the center marks here. They're already labeled, but I'll go ahead and click one more time. Do the same thing here, 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 and here. And now for our circle center line, we're clicking on this piece right here, 2-point center line. I click on the center of this object and I move outwardly until I touch the center of this circle here. Now we're going to start adding a hole call out. So notice I'm going to add one here and then another one there. Oh, there it is, hole call out. So I'm clicking here. And there it is. And then I'm also adding one to this top one here. So let me make sure I select it right there. And here we are. So now we're going to edit both callouts to add a prefix. So in this case, I put times 4. And now I do the same thing out here, but I'm going to be putting it times 8. If you notice this portion right here, edit, oops, times 8, a few spaces. All right, so now we're going to be adding these dimensions. This window's a bit small, so let's try to watch closely. So in this case, I will be adding several dimensions and one diameter dimension. So we'll add that at the end. All right, so here's our dimension tool. So I'm going to measure from this bolt to this bolt here, and I'll place that out here. I'm going to measure the radius. Oops, not yet. We also measure between the bottom two bolts. We're going to measure the top, this front view, top to bottom. So I'm going to click on this corner, this bottom corner, and I'll place it right there. I'll measure the inner portion of this flange from there to there. And now I'm going to be measuring from this point. I'm going to zoom in from here to here to get an angle. And I'll put that there to make it look nice. And then I'll measure the top distance or the sides from here to here. I'm going to measure this angle down here. So let me scroll down. So I'm going to click on this line and this line here. And there it is. Now we're going to get, now we're going to measure two diameter dimensions. So let's go ahead and select that tool. So we'll drop down this menu, click on diameter dimension. We're going to measure 3 diameters actually. So we're going to get this outer ring. We're going to get this inner ring. And then finally, we're going to get this diameter here. So you can click on any edge. You'll notice right now it's the same thing, same value. And I click on this portion. That's the same item, but overall it's the same value. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. And that's pretty much it. We are all done and we're good to go. Thank you.